Hello everyone, I'm Crafting Kai from Kai's Craft Room. Today I'm going to show you how to make a super cute tiered tray using Dollar Tree items. The first item you're going to need is the pizza pan. This is a super trendy item from Dollar Tree. Oops, sorry. If you are a crafter. You will also need a cake pan from Dollar Tree. For your third layer of your tier, in my original one, I used a pie pan from Dollar Tree. I couldn't find it this time, so I'm going to try this cake pan. It is $1.50 from Walmart. It is slightly bigger than the Dollar Tree one, so I'm hoping it will work. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I'll try that this time. If not, I know the pie pan works, so you can do that. You'll also need 2 candlesticks from Dollar Tree. Some paint. I'm going to be using Apple Barrel's Matte White today. This is from Walmart. They do have paint at Dollar Tree, but the Walmart stuff is just as inexpensive. You'll want a paintbrush with bristles. If you use the foam brush, you're not going to get that super cute farmhouse look, so make sure you have a bristled brush. Doesn't matter what size. You're going to want some sort of way to seal your paint. So I'm just using acrylic paint, so I'm going to use this spray clear matte ceramic sealer. It's just what I have. You could also use Mod Podge or clear nail polish if you want to get super crazy. The sealer works great. That's what I'm using. And the last thing you're going to need is some super strong glue. You could use the Dollar Tree super glue, but I already have this E6000, so that's what I'm going to be using today. All right, now I'm going to show you how to paint your tray. You're going to be doing all of them the same way, but I'll just show you how to do the pizza pan first. So go ahead and take off the label. It does have this little bit of sticky glue on it, but it comes off super easily. If you wanted to rub some rubbing alcohol, you definitely could. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, go ahead and shake your paint really well, and then you can just squeeze it directly onto your pan. Whoop, I had a little bit of crusties. I'm going to take those off. Okay. Go ahead and squeeze it. You're going to want quite a bit. Okay. Now, you wanted that bristle brush because you are going to let some of the silver shine through. That helps create that really rustic look. And you'll notice I'm just going back and forth in one direction in the middle. When I get to the sides, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to let it curve slightly. So pick a way to go and stick with that. And again, you do want some of that silver to shine through to give that rustic farmhouse look. With the with the pizza pan, this will be your bottom layer, so I don't recommend painting the bottom. Just leave it as it is, and then you won't scratch anything with the bottom of it or have to worry about sealer or any of that. So once you have this middle portion as you want it, then you'll go ahead and do the sides. The little lip right here kind of just does itself, as you'll see, but you do want to just go through and make sure that is all the way painted. And then the sealer will come once it is all the way dry. So I'm going to quickly finish painting this one up along with the others, and then I will run outside and seal them. Along with painting the 3 trays, you do want to paint your candlesticks. You could leave them clear if you want. That could be a really fun artistic thing, but I do paint them white. So I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze my paint into this mason jar. It's actually a baby food jar that I've used before, so it's kind of blue, but it will work. The paint doesn't come off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dip this, and with this one, you do want to cover it almost all of the way. The glass can shine through a little bit, but it will look a little funky if you don't do a thick enough layer. I do recommend you want something underneath to get your whole candlestick. It has this tiny little lip at the bottom. You'll want to paint that. So just make sure you have a piece of parchment paper, butcher paper underneath, and you'll paint the whole thing. You don't have to worry about the inside little section because that is going to be covered up. But do make sure you get the whole outside. You might want to do 2 layers. You can look when it dries and get into all the little cracks and crevices. Okay, friends, so this part of my audio did not record for some reason, so I'm just going to voice it over for you. Hopefully I come up with everything I was talking about. So right now I'm talking about the paint. I've painted all of my pieces and sealed them. They're looking super cute, super rustic. With this pizza pan, I didn't paint the back. That way it didn't scratch on your countertops or, I put mine on top of my piano. Definitely don't want any paint on there. Then I did use this non-stick pan from Walmart. I couldn't find the pie pan, so I just wanted to let you know that if you do end up using a non-stick, the inside painted just fine. I only had to do one layer, looked great. The bottom as well, sorry, I'm going a little fast. I'll show you the bottom. It also painted really well, but for some reason, the sides, the paint just was dripping off. It did not want to stay. So if you see up close, it has like this one little area I didn't paint 2 layers, and you can see how it's kind of dotted. That's how the whole side was. It was kind of strange. But then I did a second layer and it covered everything up. I do have a chip on my pan. I'm sure you'll have noticed. I'll have to repaint that as well. That was just too much paint. And so then it chipped off as I was carrying it in from outside. Okay, so this medium-sized cake pan or the pie pan will be your second layer, and then the Dollar Tree pan goes on top, and that's the Dollar Tree cake pan. It's the smallest. So I'm using E6000 today. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the bottom of my candlestick. I don't know what I'm rambling about here. Oh, put it that way. Put it the normal candlestick way. The bottom is the larger octagon. I think it's a hexagon. I don't know. And then the top part where the candle goes will be your top part. With your glue. Oh yes, I was talking about hot glue. So hot glue won't work for this. It's just not strong enough. It will pop off. You really want something that will stay. The hot glue also would show through. I don't know. Maybe you're awesome at hot glue, but for me, my hot glue always comes out. Okay, now I'm talking about placement. You can definitely measure if you want, but as long as you get an overview, you should get it centered enough that it will work. So go ahead, center it. You can rotate it around as long as it looks like it's still in the middle for your whole rotation, then you should be good, and that is good enough. So now I'm gonna, oh, there was paint on there. Take off the chip. Okay, now I'm going to glue it. When you glue, just make your best judgment as getting it back into place. You definitely can make some markings if you're more scientific than me, but I just kind of like to eyeball it, live on the edge a little bit. I don't usually do that, but in crafting, sometimes you just gotta go for it. Okay. Come on, Kai, go for it. You're still talking. Oh, the lip. So just make sure you paint closer to the inside of your candlestick rather than the outside. That way you won't have any glue seep through. All right, and here's the big reveal. It turned out so cute. Again, these are 5 Dollar Tree items, 3 pans, 2 candlesticks, and then paint and sealer. If you have those on hand, that shouldn't cost you any extra. If you don't, you're not going to be using a ton. Turns out so cute. I have only decorated my tiered tray once. I just barely made it. So I have an Easter setup. If you want to go check it out on Instagram, I'll leave the link in the description. And then if you have any suggestions, if you want to see some more decorations, let me know. Go ahead and tell me what you want to see. I did use mostly Dollar Tree items for my Easter one, so if you like that, I can continue that. Like, comment, and subscribe. The drill. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.